All right, it's a wonderful one with me here. My name is Olukunle, and this is Serious Matters. Of course, it's Christmas, and so let me say one will not stop the other one. Serious Matters won't stop Christmas. Christmas won't stop Serious Matters Sports. I'm saying that from every one of us here at ONIF TV, we are saying a Merry Christmas to you all, our viewers and all our fans outside there. Thank you very much for always been wonderful. You've always been with us. You've always you are one of the reasons why we are here. So we celebrate with you. Merry Christmas once again. But well, when we come on serious matters, we always talk serious things. So Christmas is a serious matter. Let's add one or two other things, to what we are saying. Now, you have heard that within 24 hours, the federal government ordered the release of Sowore, and not just Sowore, Dasuki. Yesterday, they ordered the release of Sowore and Dasuki, and I'll give you that quickly. The federal government ordered the release of former National Secretary and Security Advisor NSA Sambo Dasuki and convener of Online Revolution Now, Omoyele Sowore. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, made this public in a statement on Tuesday. That was yesterday. Malami said the decision to release them was in compliance with the bail granted the two by the courts. The two defendants are enjoined to observe the terms of their bails and refrain from engaging in any act that is inimical to public peace and national security, as well as their ongoing trial, which will run its course in accordance with the law of the land, Malami said. And what I've been wondering about is, so what has been happening all the while? Now, we are privy to the fact that the U.S. Congress sent a letter to our federal government, through the Office of the Attorney General, and one is wondering if that is what is pushing us or what made us to take such a decision within a very short time. And interestingly, the DSS had released these two men within a very short while. The first person to be released was the former National Security Advisor, that's Colonel Sambo Dasuki. He regained his freedom after spending more than 4 years in detention. That's serious. And so one is wondering that, if there were no interventions by the United States of America, through the letters that were already being written, and of course we know that it's not like America will come and fight us directly, but there are ways this nation will fight us, and it will not be good. It won't be fine. It won't be fine. Now, when they begin to talk about our relationship with other nations, then we just need to be very, very careful. We cannot just do what Nigeria cannot afford to do anything that will make other nations or nations like the United States to turn their back on us. I mean, considering the insurgency, the terrorism, and all those things that are going on around the country today, we need all these nations. And if we now get them to turn their back on us, it won't be fine. It won't be fine. And so this man has been in detention. Now, the point is, they noticed that the issue before was even Omoyele Sowore, but interestingly, the grace, let me use the word grace, rubbed off on Dasuki, and I'm very happy. Dasuki was released by the DSS on Tuesday in Abuja following the directive of the federal government. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federal has ordered the DSS to release the former NSA as well as the convener of Sowore. He was released yesterday evening. Of course, he was the first person that was released. Dasuki was the first person that was released. Then came Sowore. They said, I beg your pardon. They had more to say, on the issue of Sowore. They said, people said freedom at last. freedom at last. With all this, with all that, with all this, there were a lot of talks that okay, he had been ejected, he had been, something they had injected something poisonous into him that will kill him. We had all sort of things. We don't know how true, those things are. They are liable to, to change, and also they are also liable to verification. So we do not know, but then I trust that we will go for medical checkups as soon, since he's already out. But the beautiful thing is that they were released on Christmas Eve. And so the dreams of Sowore's, for instance, Sowore's family, to have him with them at Christmas had eventually come true. It is freedom at last for Mr. Omoyele Sowore as he departs the office of the Department of State Services, the DSS in Abuja. The Convener of Revelation Now protests regained his freedom from the DSS custody on the directives of the federal government. He was released moments after the Minister of Justice, I just told you that, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Abubakar Malami, ordered the DSS to release Sowore and the former National Security Advisor, Sambo. Malami explained that the decision is to release them was a compliance with a bail granted by the courts. Now you recall that Sowore was granted bail twice. He was granted bail twice, yet though they released him within 24 hours as the court ordered, but then they picked him up in less than 24 hours again. And that one was not even, it was so glaring to the world. It wasn't a very beautiful scene at all. It wasn't a good scene at all. Seeing the way he was being picked up from the courtroom, having, armed men of the DSS in the courtroom and, all that. So, but then, these two have been released. Sowore was received by a group of supporters and one Mr. Abubakar Marshall, a lawyer from the chambers of Mr. Femi Falana, as he departed from the DSS office. The activists chanted "Revolution now and forever" and wished Nigeria Merry Christmas. Now from ONIF TV, we are wishing you all who have regained your freedom by the grace of God. We are wishing you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I want to believe that as much as possible, whatever our grievances are, whatever our our belief system is, we would always have a peaceful way of making ourselves, reflecting whatever we have to say. Communication could be very very key in everything that we do. How we say it is more important than even what we say, because what we're saying, if we say it the wrong way, we might pass the wrong message. So how we communicate, the medium through which our messages are being communicated, is very important. So once again, to Mr. Omoyele Sowore and Dasuki, I'd like to say congratulations once again and a Merry Christmas to you. Okay, from Amidst TV, Serious Matters section, we are saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. We'll be with you again soon. Of course, there are quite a lot of things that are making the rounds. Some PDP said the release of Omoyele Sowore does not mean that they had changed their opinion about Buhari's government. It doesn't change anything. They still have their mindset about Buhari's government. They have not changed their mindset about Buhari. So they are not seeing it as a way. They do not want to take it as a bribe, to change their mindset about the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. Anyways, we'll be bringing you updates on everything that comes up with respect to this and every other thing. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you and have a very wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye.